Okay, welcome to the second last session, session 7. Let's get started. We don't want to keep you from your dinner. Okay, so let's welcome Ai Maya Liang. Okay. Okay, Ai Maya Liang is going to talk about multilingual speech synthesis and cross-lingual voice cloning for personalized application. Please.
Thank you. Yes. Good afternoon, Chairman, and good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Im Yang Lai. I'm a research member of Natural Language Processing Lab, University of Computer Studies, Yangon, Myanmar. Today, I would like to present about our proposed work. The title is Multilingual Speech Synthesis and Cross-Lingual Voice Cloning for Personalized Applications. I would like to introduce about our proposed work. Multilingual speech synthesis refers to the generation of human-like speech across multiple languages using a single multilingual model. In parallel with multilingual speech synthesis, cross-lingual voice cloning is also evolved to synthesize user voice in different languages while retaining the unique characteristics of the original voice. This allows for a personalized and consistent voice identity across multiple languages. For example, if you give a speech sample to the system and the target language text, the system can generate the speech like your original speaking in any of the other languages. In this work, we will focus on a multilingual text-to-speech and cross-lingual voice cloning model for ASEAN languages that can be applied in personalized applications. And this is the problem statement of our proposed work. Naturally, there are many benchmark multilingual speech datasets. However, unlike resource-rich languages, most ASEAN languages are not commonly included in the benchmark dataset. For our Myanmar language, there are a few datasets such as FLUIS, OpenSLR. It includes Myanmar language speech data with paired transcribed tests. Moreover, the quality of the TDS system typically depends on the high-quality stereo recording of the phonetically balanced utterance. And there is, to our knowledge, there is no high-quality benchmark speech datasets for ASEAN languages to develop the multilingual speech synthesis that can generate production quality, natural sounding speech in ASEAN languages. And problem statement 2 is related to the cross-lingual voice cloning. And most research focus on zero-shot or few-shot cross-lingual voice cloning technology for TDS that can replicate a speaker's unique voice characteristic in different languages with using just few or little seconds audio clicks. However, this research are done on the resource-rich languages such as English, Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, etc. Research on this trend in ASEAN languages is relatively limited. We found very few words only on Indonesian and Vietnamese languages. And so to accomplish our proposed work, firstly, we need to build a high-quality multilingual speech dataset with transcriptor for ASEAN languages, especially designed for multilingual speech synthesis. We need to consider these factors. Do we build parallel speech datasets for ASEAN languages on parallel text? Maybe we can use ALT text dataset, Asian language tree banks. This can be the parallel text for ASEAN languages. We need to consider the phoneme coverage of each language and recorded by multiple speakers. And we need to attain the gender balance for our datasets. And then we will apply Unicode by representation as the shared representation in multilingual model to scale languages with large vocabulary. So we can eliminate the needs of grapheme to phoneme conversion for each language. And then we will train the multilingual speech synthesis model by applying PITS architecture. This is the state-of-the-art architectures, variational inference with adversarial learning for end-to-end text-to-speech architecture, but we need to modify the speaker embeddings and language embedding techniques. And then we will train the cross-lingual voice cloning model that enables the cross-lingual voice transfer among ASEAN languages. And we can also use the train model to fine-tune the other dialects of the ASEAN languages for later. And for feed testing, we will develop a website which provides multilingual speech text-to-speech service for ASEAN languages and lets the user clone his or her voice into different languages. And this is the scientific and technological impacts of our proposed work. Firstly, multilingual speech synthesis and cross-lingual voice cloning model that allow individuals to synthesize speech and maintain their unique vocal identity across ASEAN languages, and a benchmark speech data sets on ASEAN languages, especially for speech synthesis that can promote speech processing research of ASEAN language. And this research work can encourage personalized applications in virtual-assisted language learning accessibility tools, especially in the context of ASEAN languages. And as the society impacts, people with speech disorder can communicate more easily without losing their unique voice. And their user satisfaction can increase when they get the synthesized voice that is similar to their voice. And the cross-lingual voice cloning can facilitate the applications in media, entertainment, and marketing, allowing voice setters to perform in multiple ASEAN languages without losing voice consistency. And this is the collaborative impacts of our proposed work. This work can enhance communication in ASEAN regions. And by collaboration, we can share dataset, communication, computational resources, technology areas across ASEAN partnerships. And accessibility of large dataset and computational resources is crucial for developing and fine-tuning multilingual models. So we are looking for more collaboration and more partnerships. And these are the expected outcomes of our proposed work. We will get a multilingual text-to-speech with the ability of cross-lingual voice cloning for ASEAN language that can be applied in personalized application and training strategies and parameters that are more suitable for multilingual speech synthesis and cross-lingual voice cloning tests for ASEAN languages, a more suitable representation screen of each character in ASEAN language, a high-quality benchmark ASEAN speech dataset with paired transcribe tests, and we can get international papers and journals with the collaboration of colleges from ASEAN countries. And let me conclude my presentation. In our proposed work includes building a high-quality speech data set for ASEAN language that can be used in many speech processing research, such as speech synthesis, automated speech recognition, speech-to-speech translation, etc. And modeling a multilingual TTS with cross-lingual voice cloning capability by applying state-of-the-art technology, and apply the model and personalized application area to bring benefits to social communities. And this work can promote the speech processing research for ASEAN languages. Collaboration are welcome. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Welcome for any question, comments from the floor. Yes, please.
Thank you very much for your presentation. This is a very important topic in medical related area. You have presented that there's many partners, including the medical institution, right? How much is the collaboration that you have discussed so far with the Institute of Pasteur in Ho Chi Minh? Because in Cambodia we also have one of them, and we are working on a similar project. Yeah.
Yes, more partnership is better. Because if the first Asian ASEAN IVO project, Asian language treatment, it is the benchmark Asian ASEAN test data set. So we like that data set. It's better to participate all ASEAN countries.
So the discussion with the Pasteur Institute is the status?
Sorry? Sorry?
I mean, for the Pasteur institution, this is the medical related lab, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so what is the collaboration that you have discussed with them? Or you haven't discussed in detail yet, have you?
Currently, we haven't.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a few more minutes. Yes, please, gentlemen.
First, thank for your good presentation. I just wonder, currently, there are many work related to speech tasks currently. And so what are the differences between your work and the current task?
Yes,
Could you repeat it again? Thank you so much.
Yes, this research, we found this research are done in Google and some maybe Cochrane team, speech test multilingual speech synthesis and voice cloning research. But they did not, there are no ASEAN languages. Maybe Cochrane team has 10 or 70 languages, but it includes Japanese, Korean, but no ASEAN language. So we would like to collaborate and with this research. Yeah.
Any more question? Okay. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next presenter, I'd like to welcome Seong Hot Bond.
Good evening, honorable chairmen and participants. First, I would like to thank all of you who be always patient and stay until now. Okay, today I'm honored to present my research with a title From Tool to Teachers, Enhancing Writing Skills Through Homophone Correction in ASEAN and Beyond. So before I start my presentation, I have one question. Please don't reply, but think in your mind. Have you ever experienced spelling mistakes, specifically homophone spelling mistakes? Of course, I believe most of us experience it. And based on the data from Google, homophone mistakes is the top 5 among other spelling mistakes. And here, because it is a challenge, and homophones are the words that are the same pronunciation or similar pronunciation, but different meaning. And it is quite challenging to readers, to writers. And of course, the second background for this research is that the existing tool, of course, there are many current tools that work on spelling mistakes. Some tools also working on the homophone mistake. However, there is a problem. When we use that tool, it is our best assistant. But what happens when we don't use that tool? Does that tool increase our confidence in writing? Maybe yes, but maybe also not. The current tool only focuses improving our text, but not focusing on our confidence. Or another way we could say the current tool only focusing on the quick or the fastest way to correct our text, but it did not specialize, or it does not specifically designed to improve our writing, or by not repeating the same mistake next time we face the same problem. So, as a problem, writers cannot improve or almost cannot improve their writing abilities through those tools. And here, today, I would like to present a project that will benefit to the students and academic, professional writers and editor, general user, or in short, to those who use tech in communication, like us now. And it is very simply, our model, we propose our model that be able to correct this misspelling, specifically in homophones, and more than just a normal tool like the existing tool today, it also helps us to improve our confidence. It means that this tool is not only role as a spelling correction tool, like nowadays, but it role as an assistant, or we could say an instructor, or we could say it is a teacher to help us to improve our knowledge in using homophone. How can we develop this tool? So, in a very simple way, we propose this tool by combining two techniques. First, we use natural language processing. Like nowadays, there are many large language models that can help us to identify, to correct the misspellings. And the second approach, we use learning analytic approach. What are they for? So for the natural language processing, it helps us to identify which words or which terms are misspelled in which context, in the context. For example, let's go to the first slide. For example, two terms, there and there. These two terms are commonly mistaken written in English. And when we come to this kind of homophones, it is quite complicated to identify those problems. So NLP, or natural language processing, helps us to identify and correct this problem. But more than just a normal spelling correction tool, it also helps us to analyze what are the problems behind those, and it suggests or it forms a method to help authors to build their confidence, to improve their writing skills to a better level, which means they will not repeat the same writing mistake. The more they use our tool, the less they need our tool. So what are the impacts from this work? First, it enhances writing quality and professionalism. Second, it improves language and comprehension. And the proficiency in proofreading and editing reduces the confidence in writing. And of course, it also it involved in the promotional of digital literacy. Why? Because this tool, it will help us to write better or have a better writing, and also to build our confidence in writing as well. So again, it's not only the correct text that we got from our tool, but also our personal ability in writing as well. This tool is specifically for those who are use tech in communication. Of course, we are also one among others who got the impacts from that tool. Instructors and learners who frequently use tech, and especially they write in their reports or in their daily communication. And of course, students and educators, general public, business and organization, and professional writers, those group of people really need this tool, really need text in their communication. Wherever they need the text for their communication, for example, like report or maybe in chat, of course, our tool will be useful to them. And here are the expected outcome. First, we got a homophone spelling correction model. Of course, it is a model that enhances author writing ability. To be more specific, it helps author to not repeat the same mistake. For example, at the beginning, if this time we have a mistake with the word, with the pairs of word there, which means belong to them, and also there, which means over there, then next time, after we use this tool, next time maybe 5 or 10 times that we use this tool, we will not repeat the same mistakes. Why? Because our tool helps them to improve their confidence in writing. So another outcome, we got the data set for the target language. This tool is a global tool. Of course, it's not limited in Khmer, but in the first step, we plan to implement with 4 languages in ASEAN countries: Khmer, Thai, Laos, and Myanmar. Because these 4 countries, these 4 languages has very similar text. Of course, if we don't know, if we know nothing about these 4 languages, I'm sure that you will be difficult to identify which language is Khmer, which language is Myanmar, and which language is Laos or Thai. And these 4 languages in Asian region, we are from, we could say we are from the same origin and look very similar. And the style of writing very similar or closely. So we can, for the first step, we can work with these 4 languages together. And also, after that, we expand to other languages, like English, Chinese, or Vietnamese, or other languages. And of course, we will not create an application, but we make an add-on for Microsoft Word. Because Microsoft Word is the most popular writing tool that we use nowadays, and also a Chrome extension for the homophone spelling correction. So this add-on and the extension will help the writers who are using the Microsoft Word and also who are writing on the web platform. Then these are the 3 outcomes that we expected. And in conclusion, our model aims to solve the homophone spelling error mistakes, and of course, it also helps to enhance user writing skills in their work as well. And by combining NLP technique and natural language processing technique and learning analytic approach, we can help users to have better understanding and of course to have better ability in their writing. As our title, From Tool to Teachers, it's not only a tool anymore, but it is more than a tool. It can be an instructor, or we could say it is a teacher that helps us to improve our linguistic writing. And of course, it is not only benefit to the students, but for everyone, those who use tech in their communication. So that's all from my presentation, and thanks for your attention. If you have any question or comment, please feel free. I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you.
Question from Mr. Bond. We have one from the back there.
Thank you for your presentation. It's such a good presentation. And I have one question because of you present such a good tool that can have our writing, but I did not hear anything related to data set. So could you please share a tip or something that which will be your data set for this project? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Before I answer your question, I would like to repeat your question again. You are asking about the dataset for this work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. For the dataset, of course, currently I am experimenting with Khmer language, but it's only a small amount of Khmer language that it is good enough to have our tool understand some context in Khmer language. But for the dataset from other languages in ASEAN region, I don't have those datasets in the hand yet. So it will be our future, or it will be our upcoming work to do on these things. Thank you. I hope this answers to your questions.
Any other question?
Yeah, on impact, the other one, what's impact? Yeah, the fourth one, reduce confidence in writing or increase confidence?
Yeah, thank you so much. It is increasing. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the mistakes. Yeah.
Maybe with your application, it will improve that next time.
Of course it will. Thank you.
Any other comments? If not, all right. Thank you, Mr. Bone. Next presenter, we welcome Ms. Lim Suzy Lili.
Okay, thank you very much for being here. So good evening, everyone. My name is Lim Suzy Lili from Polytechnic Brunei. And today I'm pleased to share with you the title of my presentation, Acceptance and Use of Artificial Intelligence Among Higher Education Students in Brunei Darussalam. Okay, just a bit of background. So the integration or the introduction of artificial intelligence, it's an emerging technology, has changed the way teachers teach and how students learn. Okay, so with AI, we can have personalized learning, we can have enhanced decision making, so better decision making nowadays, and then more efficient administrative processes. Okay, so AI is omnipresent, and we can see throughout today's presentation, almost everything is about AI. Okay, so it dominates different fields such as science, technology, and as well as engineering. Okay, but one of the problems with early technologies is that there will be resistance to change. Okay, so people are not really willing to change. Okay, and then with my proposal today, I hope to offer practical recommendations for educators, policymakers, and technology developers. And the second one, as well as to create more inclusive and supportive utilization of AI in higher education. The problem statement of my proposal is that as AI continues to advance and human needs continues to be addressed and then to be met by AI, there is a promise that the efficiency and effectiveness of educational practices will be improved. However, there is also the risk of ethical considerations and the need for teacher training. And then the targets for my proposal and for my research is to highlight the rise of digital literacy and how it can help in enhancing AI literacy with an ethical approach. Okay, so the second target is to integrate AI in Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 4, through collaborations with researchers in the ASEAN region. Okay, this is the baseline of my study. So this is just these are just the preliminary results. The objective of my study was to explore students' readiness to engage with AI technologies in their learning environment, So what I did is that I had mixed method research design. So I had questionnaire for the statistical analysis, and then the focus group interview, so where I did the thematic analysis. My participants were 103 first-year Polytechnic students, Polytechnic Brunei students from engineering background, where I uncovered 3 areas, such as perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, as well as attitudes towards AI adoption. So my preliminary findings was that there is low acceptance due to concerns on ethical issues. So the students were more selective when using it. And the second one is that through thematic analysis, students recognize and acknowledge the potential benefits of AI. Okay, so although they were less accepting, they are still able to recognize and then acknowledge the potential benefits. Okay, so basically they found AI to be easy to use, but as well as useful. Okay, now let me present to you the previous studies. The ICT index, it's because we need to know the ICT index because AI is a component of ICT. So ICT index includes infrastructure, usage, as well as the skills. And it was found that in 2021, it was found that among the highest ICT index among ASEAN countries is Singapore, and then followed by Thailand and Indonesia. Okay, the second one, in terms of AI learning, it was found that there is a positive view on the use of AI in learning, but as they see AI as a tool. But however, most of the studies found nowadays is that the concerns are replacement of the replacement of teachers' role by AI, the loss of human elements in learning interactions, so it's more like computers and then as well as students. And lastly is the data privacy issues. So those are the concerns. For my proposal, so it's a little bit different. I see that everybody's doing model, everybody's doing system. So my proposal is slightly different. Nothing has been done yet, but in order to understand students' trends on learning, the proposed method is to introduce sustainable policy through policy science interaction. Okay, with the right policy, the students will be able to accept AI in their learning and use with the right ethical approach. So this is my first phase. The first phase is to conduct study in Brunei across higher institutions on acceptance and the use of AI. So the expected outcome is to have a comprehensive understanding of AI acceptance and its usage across Brunei institutions. The expected duration is 9 months, which is the same one as the second phase, is the collaboration between researchers between ASEAN region on acceptance and the use of AI. The expected outcome is the formation of committee members. And lastly is the sustainable policy through policy science interaction. Okay, so with sustainable policies, we can provide teacher and student trainings. And then the impacts of the proposed method, through policies, we can have students having higher confidence in using AI, so they have improved skills. And the second one is the personalized learning needs, where a comprehensive research can provide personalized learning needs. And in terms of the societal method, there is an acceleration of technology transfer of knowledge, as well as technological innovation, and lastly, economic growth. In terms of collaborative collaborative impact is the exploration of acceptance of AI within ASEAN region, and then data sharing, so we can share between researchers, and lastly, the unified effort in achieving SDG 4. The outcome of this proposed method is hopefully to provide opportunities for collaboration among academics and researchers. More projects can be carried out in the future using AI technologies with the right policies, and lastly, new partnerships within the ASEAN region. For the conclusion, okay, it's a very short presentation. For the conclusion, the objective of this project which leads to the policies, is to develop framework and strategies for AI adoption across various sectors. And then the second one is where the research is set locally first and then within ASEAN region. And lastly, to end my presentation, is the proposed project contributes towards achieving SDG 4, which is achieving inclusive, equitable, quality education, and to promote lifelong learning. Okay, that's all for my presentation today. If you have any questions, do let me know.
We have one question.
So, in one of your slides, you mentioned about low acceptance due to
Yes.
ethical.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Ethical. What do you mean by low acceptance? Due to concern on ethical issues, because students can make papers using ChatGPT or whatever.
Yes, yes.
What do you mean by this?
Yes. So my students, so I teach communication skills, so mostly on report writing. So I gave the questionnaire to them, and then when they answered, they had the findings are that they had low acceptance because of they were afraid of plagiarism. So on the use of AI such as ChatGPT mostly. Yes, mostly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, we have 2 questions. Yes.
Not sure if it relate to what you are going or plan to do, but I would like to get your opinion on how we can mitigate this kind of issue that students have the access to all these tools that AI can provide, and how we could be, as a trainer or lecturer, empower them to make use of that, not to be afraid of using them. So what is your opinion on that? Thanks.
Okay, so I'll just share my own personal experience in the classroom. So my students, they often use ChatGPT, they often use AI, although they have some concern about plagiarism. But what I always tell them is that to use AI as a tool. Okay, so it's not to copy directly from ChatGPT, but to understand what ChatGPT is saying and then to translate into your own ideas. So you need to empower them that way.
Just sharing some information. There is also a work by ASEAN Foundation. There is a program called AI Teach for ASEAN. And there is also a work on, I think, AI Ready for ASEAN. So there are quite a number of works on readiness and acceptance and work on the ethical issues. Just some information. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We still have time. Any more from the floor? Okay. If none, thank you, Ms. Lily.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So session 7 done. So we going to the last session 8. Pass it to the next chair.